All right, good morning, everyone. It is 8:47 in the morning of September the 24th, 2021, and this is my morning strategy session. So, first thing we have here is Zivo, Z-I-V-O, and it's the leading gapper. It's gapping up. If it opened up right now, it would open up 107% higher than its previous close. It's impressive. The news on it, though, I'm not really impressed with. The board of director resigned on September the 20th. But there's no news today. There's nothing out there today on this stock. Let me check again. Sometimes, it takes me about a half an hour to 45 minutes to do my morning workup. And sometimes new news comes out. Okay, here we go. There is a little bit of new news. Zivo Bioscience shares rose 90%. Earlier this week, Robert Rando Jr. resigned as a director of the company's board. Yeah. Okay, well, so that's the news that I had from earlier. I don't get it. I don't know why, shares would be running up so high on a resignation of a board of directors, but it is. So when there's a catalyst and there's price action, I don't trust it any further than I can throw it, though. It's the leading gapper, though. It's, so I ought to check my bias at the door. Today, if this thing runs up, to some incredible price on this news, I will be surprised. So, I think right now is pretty much the move that it's going to make for the day has already been done here. So that's my personal opinion. I get to check my opinion when the bell rings. Opinions don't matter for much. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, all right. Now, IMRN here is, it was the next leading gapper. When I first started doing this, I don't remember how high it was, or I don't remember in percentage terms how much higher it was. You can see here in the pre-market. Oops. You can see here in the pre-market, it went to as high as $6.24, and this is about when I got in to start doing my pre-market workup and stuff, and so. Yeah, it was up more like 50% pre-market. Now it's settled down now, and also the news on this one is a director resignation. Peter Anastasiou has resigned from the company, but this one, people aren't as excited about this guy's resignation as they were about this guy's resignation. Robert something or other. Robert must have really been screwing things up. Peter here, people aren't as happy about him leaving. So now that it has dropped down to 16.63% upside this morning, it's just not as attractive. There isn't as much momentum behind a 16% move as there is behind a 100% move. So we'll just see what happens. Okay, now UFAB. There was an insider purchase of 45,000 shares. I think that was on the 21st. So I don't know. These are the top leading gappers, though. These. Oops. Let me do this correctly here. Zivo, IMRN, and UFAB are the leading gappers. So they're on watch. I don't really like them that much. I don't really think they're all that great. To me, it's kind of a big whoop-de-doo. But all right. Okay, so MRIN, I've started to average into shares of MRIN here. This announcement, recent announcement, they had partnered with Google on some revenue sharing. Let's see. Where did it go? I don't know. Unveils. Oh, here we go. Marin Software unveils fresh revenue share agreement with Google. Stock surges. So it had a pretty good run up here. It made a move. I think that's a 100% move, and then it just kind of sold off. Let's see, from its open here to its. Actually, I should go the other direction. From its previous close to its open, made an 86% run up there. And revenues to a small company like this are important. Let's see what it's got 11 million shares outstanding, and its revenues are declining. This is a quarterly, and its revenues started 4 quarters ago at 75 million, and are now at 29 million. That's shrinking revenues. It's definitely not what you want. And so, a boost in revenues for a company like this is important. And its next earnings is in another almost 50 days. So, I'm looking to average into this thing. I've got 200 shares yesterday, bought at $8 and I think it was 16 cents. And then I put another order in at $7.59 at this Fibonacci level here. Let's kind of make this bigger. It'll be easier to see. So this is the Fibonacci. This is from its open. This big gap from the news on Google, and so I think it's going to bottom out in here, but I don't know where, and is going to make a run from here higher, long term. So I'm looking to probably swing trade some of these shares, and then also leave them, invest some. If I can get in on an average of, say, I don't know, let's say get in on an average of $8.20, which actually my average is a little bit lower. I think my average is somewhere in the mid to high. Let's see, actually. $8.13. Okay, that doesn't $8.13. Oh, you know what? I traded this, and so now because it's considered, I have mark-to-market accounting, and so I actually am not bound by wash sale rules. And so, but what my trading platform does is automatically push me into wash sale prices. So I traded this kind of high. And it says my average is $8.13, but I know it's lower than that. I know it's in between $8.16 and $7.59, right in the middle there. So wherever it actually is, I'm not sure. I'm just taking my time. I only have 200 shares so far. I'd like to get into 3,000 or 4,000 shares, so I'm going to spend probably the next 4 weeks or so averaging into MRIN. Okay, so then let's see. What's next? Okay, Affirm. Here's another one that I'm watching. If I can get a pullback here on AFRM today, or anytime soon at $121.80, I'm going to buy a lot. I think I may have missed the boat on this one. I think, we'll see. But what we've got here is a cup and handle formation here. And so, the break, the idea is for this thing to come up here to its all-time high. I mean, it's only been trading since January of 2021. And so, this thing made a bottom and is coming back up. Something that's a little bit different about this cup and handle are these gigantic gaps right here. There's still a cup and handle formation happening here, but usually I don't see gaps on the other side of the cup. So let's hope it's not a leaky cup. All right. So 121.80, and I'll probably trade this using options, long dated options. And that way I don't have to risk as much in order to lever up. And if it starts not working for me, it moves against me by 5% or it decays by 5%, then I'll just let it go. So we'll see what happens. I'd like to get in. I've got an alarm on this one at 121.80 today. If I can get a pullback to that level today, I'd be really impressed. It's a 5% move. in one day. I mean, yesterday, let's see, yesterday it put it in 11.24% move. So I mean, the thing definitely has volatility, but we'll see. We'll see if I can get 121.80 today. And now RWalk. Now this is one I traded this one quite some time ago, and I did okay on it. I made some money on RWalk here, and then it went parabolic here. Let's see, it's doing zoop. And when things go parabolic, they suddenly gravity sets in. And yeah, it's kind of it just drains, from there, as people are like, oh, this stock is. So here we've got a little pop right here. Now this is only a trade. I'm not interested in investing in this one just yet. This is only a trade. So there's this whatever this pop is from, and I forget. Let's see, RWalk. Yeah, just a technical level. I don't remember seeing 21 September. I don't remember seeing anything in the news. Yeah, top pre-market gainers, and this is just a list. Let's see if it goes. ReWalk Robotics shares rose 23% following a 3.7% loss in the previous session. No details, no rhyme or reason as to why this thing suddenly decided to go and trade 320 million shares on this day. There's got to be, hang on. On the 21st of September, this thing just suddenly decided to start trading. The volume was 320 million shares. It only rose from $1.50 to $2.60. That is crazy. That is crazy, and there's no news on. There's no news here. That's absolutely ridiculous. Let's see if I can find some news here on RWalk. Breaking news, Newswatch. I'm just not seeing any news. Just RWalk all of a sudden just decided to start trading 360 million shares on September the 21st. I don't know. Well, anyway, today if it breaks $2.62 today, then I'll trade it. Long story short. Let's see, trade 57 million shares the next day, and 115 million shares yesterday. Weird, really weird. All right. So for the larger, broader market here, we've got the SPY. If the SPY opened up right now, it would open up 0.5% lower than yesterday's close. And this 441.02 level right here that I have in yellow dots, that is this previous breakdown candle's low right here. This is on September 17th. This is the day before the big gap down that happened. And you can see actually on this big gap down day, it hit a level and was bought up. So, I mean, it's kind of like, yeah, whatever. So, yeah, this candle here went up to fill the gap that was made on that gap. So the gap's filled, the chart is repaired. Which direction it goes from here, my bias is bullish, just because there's the Federal Reserve and so on and so on and so on behind keeping this market propped up, essentially. Then it's possible, though, this thing, after a move like this, I'd be surprised to see it just keep going up, especially we've got a bunch of political baloney on the calendar with this, what is it, the debt ceiling, and then the budget, and then the Republicans and the Democrats and the Supreme Court. I don't know, just a bunch of baloney. So I wouldn't be surprised to see things for the time being until all this mess works itself out. With Evergrande and Congress and just people's nerves and this time of the year and blah blah blah. I wouldn't be surprised to see the SPY just kind of move sideways for a little while. So I extended that a little bit further. I expect it to all of the shenanigans to end by early November. I'm going to put a vertical line here for, let's see, October 2021. There, right there. That's when the shenanigans end. We'll see what happens. The VIX is elevated here. The VIX is inside the gap. That makes sense. I think the VIX is going to stay elevated for a while. Until, like I said, everything gets straightened out. Now, Bitcoin, not looking good. Bitcoin, a close below 42,000 would be very bearish, at least in the short term for Bitcoin. And we're looking at, let's see, the possibility 32,000 roughly is in play. If we get a close below 42,000 today, then this sort of 32,000, 31,000 level is in play. Then if that breaks, watch the F out. Bitcoin is definitely going a lot lower. All right, energy. Let's see. Energy is doing well. I think that's about all I have on watch today. All right, everybody. Good luck out there. Keep your risk tight. Click like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, tap the bell, and I will see you at the recap. I am out.